This is our presentation for Technology, Innovation and Entrepreneurship, submitted by Jarlath Maguire, Michael O'Rourke, John Keenan and Piyush Thomas. There are many problems for the students who try and avail of the library on a daily basis. Something has to be done before this worsens. Is there anything more annoying than not being able to find a space in the library? Are you sick of having to constantly walk around the library looking to find a spot? Are you fed up of never being able to have a computer at the library? And how horrible is exam season at the library? NUIG has continued to worsen over the years, and there is no sign of investment coming anytime soon. There are always very few seats, even fewer computers, and group breakout rooms always seem to be full. This is our stakeholder map for the NUIG Library app. Firstly, a stakeholder is a person who has an interest or concern in the organisation at hand. And the stakeholder map is used to analyse and to understand who is involved in NUIG and how the people are connected. Firstly, we have the core stakeholders, which are the students. The students are interested as they have an interest in receiving a good education. And the students also have an invested interest in success of the education system. Direct stakeholders, we have NUIG library employees. They want to have a positive impact on students, and their job is also affected by the success of the college system. Finally, we have indirect stakeholders, and these are parents of the students. These parents desire a successful education system for their children. They want their children to do well and succeed. Here we have the persona canvas. This helps us focus on a particular person. In this case, it is an NUIG student. All you students really want is to be able to know where study space is available, to know where the free computer is, and to be able to book a group breakout room in advance. So for you NUIG students, negative trends would be student population increasing. This is not good for library availability, will lead to more competition for employment as well, and this leads to stressed students. Headaches would involve either no workspace available or poor workspace available. And this could be where you have a seat, but it could be very noisy or else cramped, which is not an ideal situation considering the coronavirus pandemic. Poor opening hours is also a headache, which also causes the library to be full. Students' fears would be no study space available. This creates a domino effect, which could lead to exam failure, not graduating, and not getting your dream job. Student hopes is to do well in college, graduate, get your dream job, and have a happy life. Opportunities. This involves access to Wi-Fi, internet connections, and the ability to download apps. Positive trends would include technology is improving all the time. There is always more opportunity out there. Lecture slides are always available online through Blackboard. And the college internet network. As a student, you can access everything. Library situation in NUIG has led to a lot of conflict over the years. It has led to stress and anxiety among students. This has a knock-on effect by students deferring exams, which long-term is a bad idea. Students then have to sit twice as many exams over a short period of time. It also leads to students underachieving. This is not good for the student or for the university, and it is very bad for the university's reputation. Conflict has also led to the signing of petitions, which as of recently have become popular. There's actually one going around at the minute to extend the hours of the library. The last thing NUIG wants is conflict between themselves and their students. We understand that students are very fed up with the library, and we believe that something should be done about it. Student needs deserve to be put first. University is a very difficult time for students, and it shouldn't be any harder than what it is. Because of the library situation, university is being made much more difficult and challenging for the students.
The initial journey map outlines the needs and the process of the customer and how they interact with the app. The first stage of the journey shows the customer and their need, which is to study for an exam. In the second stage, they encounter their problem and can't find a seat, meaning they can't do their work properly. In the third stage, they download the app and consider using our proposed solution to their problem. In the fourth stage, they begin to use the app to overcome the problem. In the final stage, their use of the app has made their study more productive and efficient than it previously would have been, overcoming the student's original problem while providing extra benefits. The problem that is going to be addressed is the ongoing issue with the NUIG library. The lack of seats, study group rooms, and computers are ongoing issue that needs to be put right. Students pay a lot of money while their study needs are not being met by the university. It is in NUIG's best interest to look after their students as best as possible. The objective is to create a NUIG library app that meets all students' needs. This will allow them to book a study seat, a computer, and a study room for groups. This will ensure that students won't have to walk around the library looking for somewhere to sit, and it also allows students to plan their day, which is very important, especially around exam season.
From the research we have conducted through surveys, it is clear that the students of NUIG feel let down by the university with the inadequate study spaces around the campus. With the amount of money students are paying every year in fees, they believe they deserve better and the university should be doing more to solve these issues. When coming up with our idea, we concentrated on the direct problems students face every day and the simplest way we could solve them. We believe our app will alleviate many of the issues mentioned previously. Our app will incorporate a digital student card. This will allow you to scan in and out of the library using the app and no longer be constrained if you happen to forget or misplace your physical student card. With many of the cards becoming virtual today, such as debit cards, loyalty cards, and COVID certs, we feel a digital student card is long overdue. Another key feature of the app will be a virtual map of the whole library with live updates of available seats. Wherever you decide to sit in the library, you would scan a unique QR code that will be on every library space. When this QR code is scanned, that particular seat will then be made unavailable on the virtual map. When leaving the library, you would simply sign out of that seat with a function on the app making that seat available again. By knowing exactly where there are available seats, students will save the time and hassle of walking around the library in search of a space. This will also reduce the risk of COVID, as students can walk straight to their space without having to unnecessarily walk around. The app will also allow you to book group study room slots and computers in advance. This is currently done on the James Hardiman Library website, but our app will make it far more convenient. Here you can see the floor plans of the 3 floors of the library, which we will base the app on. This is a basic example of what the app would entail. On the left is a digital student card, which would display the student's name, course, student number, and photo. On the right is a floor plan, which would show the available and unavailable seats.
The key benefits of the app are that students will be less stressed in their day-to-day lives, as they will be assured of an available seat and will know where it is when they are going to the library, making them more efficient with their time at the library. The library also won't fill unevenly, as students will go to the parts that have the most free seats. Less students will also turn away from the library because of the illusion of fullness that can happen at first glance. It will no longer matter, as they will know that there are in fact free seats. Students' study will also be more effective, as it will be more free from distraction, as they will be in less busy areas. And maybe it's more topical right now, but the app will help reduce COVID spread as students will not have to walk around the library in search of a seat. Instead, they are able to go directly to a free seat. They'll also sit in less crowded areas, reducing the number of fellow students that they are in contact with. The revised journey map outlines the needs and processes of the customer and how they interact with the app now that we know more about the customer and their needs. The first stage of the journey still shows the customer and their need, which is to study for an exam, but further understanding of how unfit for purpose their accommodation is, emphasis is put on why the library is such a necessity for them. In the second stage, they will still encounter their problem of not being able to find a seat, meaning they can't do their work to the desired standard. In the third stage, they download the app and they consider using our proposed solution to their problem as they begin to understand its features and uses. In the fourth stage, they begin to use the app to overcome their problem. As the pandemic still has a huge impact on campus life, the app's mitigation of COVID is important to include in the revised journey map, as it will further convince the customer of the benefits of the app. The final stage once again shows that their use of the app has made their study more productive and efficient than it previously would have been. As students' mental health and well-being is extremely important, the positive impact of the app on their free time is emphasized in the revised map. Overall, the revised map shows how the app will benefit students and improve the quality of their education.